Well, hello. It's January 30th. A little over a week ago, on January 21st, we had 4.5 to 5 inches of snow. A link to this video story is at the end of the present video. Low temperature of 10 degrees, and now it's 75 degrees. It's time to prune the grapes, so I think I'll get on with it. For some reason, this particular grapevine didn't produce very many grapes last year. It produced a lot of growth, lots of sticks all over the place I have to prune off, so it's kind of a mess that way. The other grapevines aren't near as grown. They produced a lot of grapes. You can see there's all sorts of grapes here that I picked off, and they're in the freezer now, and actually I have them for breakfast. It's really good. They produced a lot of grapes, but not much growth. That'll be easy to prune. This vine, for some reason, it's very healthy, but it grew a lot, but it didn't produce very many grapes. The other vines are pretty much similar to this one that produced a lot of grapes last year. They produced a good number of grapes and a moderate amount of growth that has to be pruned back. So I'm not quite sure what the story is, but I've got a lot of work to do on this particular vine right here. And the way I'm going to prune this is just go through and get everything off of it about 12 inches or so away from the main trunk. Then I have to go back and prune a little bit closer, so I just leave a few 6-inch branches coming out, and they'll grow up and make grapes for the year. It's just too much to try to figure it all, untangle it all. I just have to prune it back and then do a final high precision pruning. It actually grew so much the branches rooted themselves down in the soil. Of course, the neighbor now picks time to run his four-wheeler around. Sound really travels around here. I just lay this stuff out in the aisleway, lay the prunings out in the aisleway here, and then once I'm all done, I'm going to come back with the grapple and just sweep it all up. It's a mess to pick up. I've got a lot of the overgrowth pruned out now. Got a pile on this side and another pile over here. And the vine itself is pruned back to where I can actually see what needs to be pruned out now. So I'm going to have to clean this out a little bit more, get down to a few 6-inch branches with a few bud nodes on them, and then that'll be good. So I'm going to go in for lunch now. Okay, I'm back. It's getting cloudy. We're expecting some rain tomorrow maybe. It's getting cooler. I'm going to finish up pruning the Muscadine grape here. I've got all the overgrowth pruned out for the most part, and now I just need to prune back. So I've got maybe 6 inches of branches with a few buds on each one to grow out from the main stem. It always puts out a lot of new growth during the summer, but most of the grapes are going to come from those early stems that I leave here. As you can see, this is a pretty old vine. I've had them here for quite a few years. All right, so I just need to work through this tangle and prune out the parallel and crossing stems. Of course, I've got these side branches coming out here, which really aren't good. I want to just keep it to the main trunk with laterals coming off from the main trunk going down each side of the trellis. So I use the bigger pruners to take this off. Okay, so that's part of the big stuff. Put that away and go back to the little pruners. And then you can pick buds that are sort of going in the direction that you want to have the vine go. For a while there, I didn't know what to do with all the grapes that these vines produce. And we'd just let them, we'd eat them fresh from the vine, or pick a bowl full of them to come up and eat them at the table, so to speak. They have seeds in them, and well, they have pretty tough skins too. Not all that tough, but someone was saying that they would only eat the inside fleshy part because the skins were too tough and the seeds were too crunchy. And but then somebody else was saying, hey, they eat the whole thing, and they crunch through the seeds, and seeds are very nutritious. And so I started thinking about it. I tried some, and so what I do now is last year I picked a whole bunch of them and put them in the freezer, and I've been having them for breakfast on my oatmeal. and it's really great. The seeds aren't really that prevalent, and the skins aren't a problem either. So that's encouraging me to take better care of the vines here, and got a crop, like the blueberries. You can pick the blueberries, they're good. We have those in my oatmeal too. So it's a combination of grapes and blueberries. They're really quite tasty. So anyhow, yes, it's encouraged me to take better care of the vines. There was, I don't know, maybe I'll show a picture here. I have a picture of them. They had gotten horribly overgrown. And I think it was maybe 2 years, well, anyhow, it was just a lot worse than this one. Several years I hadn't pruned them at all, and you couldn't even get in the grapes hardly, and it was a total mess. So I got them all pruned back, and had a tremendous crop last year, except for this vine, like I was saying earlier. I'm not sure what its deal is. So anyhow, with the grapes and the blueberries, they make a really nice crop that we can pick during the summer and put in the freezer and then eat all year long. For the blueberries, I don't even wash them. I just pick them and put them in a gallon plastic bag and pop them in the freezer. They're good to go. It's like frozen marbles when they come out. For the Muscadine grapes, they ripen later in the season, more toward late summer. They've accumulated some dust and dirt and debris, and so I usually wash them in a colander and then spin them dry in one of those lettuce dryers, and then just put them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. The birds seem to like making nests in the grapevines. Here's one here. They're a lot more visible this time here than when there's leaves all over the place. We've got another one over here. And there's a third one down past this dead vine. The other vines will have to get pruned out. It's at the end of this vine right here. I think these are mockingbird nests. You see a lot of mockingbirds around. You notice around the nest there's a lot of stems left from where I picked the grapes. There's another reason to wash the grapes, I guess. Okay, I'm finished with the fine pruning. Dogs came out to see what was going on. This is what it looks like. I'll just sort of walk along the edge here. Tried to clean it out, clean out the crossing branches and the parallel branches, and open it up a little bit, and leave some buds that will make grapes. So I'm going to finish off the show with a walk down the finished grapevine, have some music, and then some video of the big dogs and cats. The cats are coming along real good. They started out as feral kittens, and they turned into very nice domesticated cats.